My name is Dr. Brajesh Kumar from Government College Sector 9, Gurugram. Today I will discuss about religious tourism, various problems in religious tourism and prospects of religious tourism in India. And this topic is taken from the subject Tourism Product of India to Religious. Now the introduction. Religious tourism, also commonly referred to as faith tourism, is a type of tourism where people travel individually or in groups for pilgrimage, missionary, or leisure purpose. For example, the world's largest form of mass religious tourism takes place at the annual Hajj pilgrimage in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. India is a land of pilgrimage. Travel for religious purpose has been there from the most ancient times. Practically all religion, Hindu, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Islam, have their major and minor pilgrimage centers in different parts of the country. There are centers of Sufism, churches and mosques that are visited by people. Major temples, shrines, are found all along major river banks or in the hills. The Indian pilgrims travel to the holy temples to have spiritual experience and to enjoy natural surroundings, cleanliness and ethnic culture of that place. In fact, for domestic tourists, pilgrimage has always been the main motivation to go on tourism. Adi Shankaracharya was an Indian philosopher and the main architect of pilgrimage tourism in India, who established 4 peaks in the 4 corners of the country to promote religious tourism. They are Badrinath in the north, Kanchipuram in south, Dwarkapuri in west, and Jagannath Puri in east. Religious tourism plays an important role in the development of a particular destination as well as the economy. Religious tourism helps us to show our world of rituals, customs and beliefs. Religious tourism is the soul of tourism industry in India. Social significance of pilgrimage tourism cannot be said of less importance. It brings national unity and promotes brotherhoodness. On domestic front, religious tourism can be very helpful for regional development, employment generation, as it gives support to local handicrafts and cultural activities. India is one of the most preferred destinations for religious tourism for domestic and foreign tourists, as it provides foreigners a chance to understand and experience India's cultural diversity at first hand. In spite, religious tourism is a popular segment of tourism industry. There are numerous problems which arise in religious tourism, and these are: first problem is that of negligence of religious tourism by the government. Domestic tourism accounts for nearly 90% of tourism in India, and over 70% of domestic tourists falls in the category of pilgrim tourists. It is indeed an irony and pity that this segment of tourism has received very little notice and attention. The attention of travel agents, tour operators, as well as central and state tourism departments is concentrated only to promote and develop foreign tourism, and therefore domestic tourism was neglected. One of the reasons of this negligence of religious tourism was that majority of the pilgrims are from middle and poor sections of society. They neither demand nor do they expect even minimum level of comfort and convenience when they go on religious tourism. Another possible reason for their neglect could be the fact that tourism by and large does not earn foreign exchange, and government policies till recently were focused on the earning and attracting precious foreign exchange. Second problem is expensive and insufficient resting places for pilgrims. Our ancestors provided good facilities to stay like dharamsala, resting places, tanks and wells for water, wayside shelters and free kitchens, that is langars, at most of the places of pilgrimage. However, with the passage of time, most of these facilities fell into disuse because of lack of maintenance and due to lack of donations which was used to maintain these places. Further, with the development of road transport and emergence of fast modes of transport, some of these facilities became outdated. For example, en route, the Himalayan shrine of Badrinath, Kedarnath, Yamunotri and Gangotri. After every 12 miles, resting places were set up where pilgrims could stay overnight and were served free meals. However, with the construction of motor roads, most of the resting places have become non-functional. At the same time, facilities which came up along the new routes by and large both expensive and inadequate. Quite a few places of pilgrimage lack basic facilities like adequate accommodation, hygiene food, satisfactory street lighting, good roads, drinking water facilities, public convenience, etc. Moreover, there is no effort to promote and publicize these places. It is indeed a surprise that a country with cultural diversity is unable to use these assets for creating employment opportunities, generating wealth, and earning precious foreign exchange. Third problem of religious tourism is excess carrying capacity and lean seasons in these destinations. Excessive carrying of pilgrims put a pressure upon hotel and transport infrastructure to supply the increasing demands for building hotels and expanding hill resorts have led to deforestation and consequent landslips and landslides during monsoon. Increased construction of tourism lodges, hotels and recreational facilities has increased the pressure of natural resources and on scenic landscapes. Forest often suffers negative impacts of tourism in the form of deforestation caused by fuel, wood collection and land clearing. Most of the religious places within the country, major or minor, experience short seasons. The Chardham Yatra in Uttarakhand is one such example. It begins from May until November. Fourth problem is lack of waste management in religious tourism. Some of the hill stations also happens to be major pilgrim centers, thus attracting huge tourist traffic. Vaishno Devi, Amarnath, Kedarnath, Badrinath, Gangotri, Yamunotri, etc. By the increasing number of pilgrims in hills and mountains, waste generation, especially solid waste by the visitors and hotels like food, vegetables, paper rags, clothes, wrappers of chips and candies, plastic bottles, etc. is causing major damage to the local ecosystem. Most of the hill stations lack sewage and waste disposal facilities, while some of the waste are biodegradable, others like soft drink bottles, wrappers of chips, candies and tobacco. Polythene are non-biodegradable and causes immense harm to the environment. In order to build infrastructure and accommodation facilities to these increasing number of tourists has led to reduction in forest covers in the hills and mountains. Fifth problem is of pollution. Pollution is regarded as an important issue that has been experienced in the development of religious tourism. There are four different types of pollution that impose barriers. These are: air pollution is when gases or smoke or other harmful substances pollute the air. The areas where there is air pollution, the individuals would encounter problems in its development. Water pollution is the pollution of rivers, lakes and other water bodies. In India, the Ganga is regarded as the sacred river and it is polluted on a large scale. The main cause of water pollution are lack of support from the religious authorities, corruption, lack of technical expertise, and poor environmental planning. Water pollution has imposed detrimental effects primarily upon the individuals who are dependent upon the water bodies. Land pollution is caused due to dumping waste materials on the land. When the roads and the land areas are dusty and polluted, then the individuals do experience problems in the development of religious tourism. Noise pollution is caused due to loud noise. It may be from industries, construction sites, particularly when individuals are making use of machine or other equipment. Sixth problem is connectivity of religious destination by rail. While trains still manage to carry majority of the travel volume and majority of the religious tourism destination in India are still connected only by road or foot or a combination of the two. Seventh problem of religious tourism is loss of heritage culture and monetizing religion. Various religious sites in India are located in hills and mountains such as monasteries, caves, temples, etc. These religious sites are a remarkable showcase for our culture that is ancient yet alive. Pilgrims often remove religious artifacts from the area and sometimes draw or write something on the walls of these mountains and damage these sites. There is often the issue of religion being monetized as the host community gets increasingly driven by the profit motive. So, these were some of the major problems in pilgrimage destination which I discussed with you. Now, the prospects of religious tourism in India. Prospects of religious tourism is bright in India because in the decades of 70s and 80s of the 20th century, the Department of Tourism, Government of India sanctioned and funded construction of a number of Yatri Niwas and Yatrikas at various places of pilgrimage throughout the country. As a result, additional accommodation facilities were created for pilgrims. Moreover, the National Action Plan for Tourism in the year 1991 for the first time recognized the importance of pilgrim tourism and drew attention to the need for improvement of infrastructure in places of pilgrimage. To increase pilgrim tourists, it was also recommended that in the budget of Central Tourism Ministry, allocation should be made every year for the improvement of infrastructure in places of pilgrimage. The government is very much aware of the prospects of religious tourism. Some recent notable initiatives by government which shows the future prospects of religious tourism is bright in India. These are: first is to attract tourists through festivals because religious festivals have potential to attract pilgrims. The Durga Puja of West Bengal, the Ganesh Festival of Maharashtra, Pongal of Kerala, Onam of Tamil Nadu, Navratra Festival of Gujarat, and Baisakhi of Punjab have a good deal to motivate tourists. Second is to increase more tourists in Vaishno Devi Shrine. Government in the year 1986 established Shrine Board to improve in pilgrim facilities. There has been nearly fourfold increase in the number of pilgrims visiting Vaishno Devi. Third, prospects of religious tourism is also bright for pilgrims in Himachal Pradesh because a large number of temples are dedicated to goddess. Important ones are Chintapurni Devi, Kangra Devi, Jwalaji and Chamunda Devi. Himachal government initiated steps for management of these temples and improvement of facilities for pilgrims. Fourth, 12 Jyotirlings, 5 Bhutalings, and many other temples enshrining lingas are the ideal terminal destination of domestic tourists which are located in different parts of the country to attract large number of pilgrims every year. Fifth, the Kumbh Mela held once in 12 years at Allahabad, Haridwar, Nasik and Ujjain attract millions of Indians without any promotion or publicity. More than 20 million people gather in Kumbh Mela, which is the largest gathering of pilgrims in the world. Sixth, nearly 15 lakh pilgrims gather in Puri to watch the spectacular Rath Yatra, widely known as the journey of the mankind, and all these shows good prospects of religious tourism in India. Seventh, places like Haridwar, Mathura, Vrindavan, Varanasi, Nasik, Madurai, Tanjavur, Guruvayur, Puri, Kanchipuram, Dwarka, Rameshwaram, Gaya, Ajmer, Amritsar and Anandpur Sahib attracts large number of pilgrims every year. 8. Various ashrams in India also attracts visitors from overseas like Osho Ashram Pune, Yoga Ashram Munger Bihar, Aurobindo Ashram Pondicherry, Satya Sai Baba Ashram Puttaparthi Andhra Pradesh, Sivanand Ashram Rishikesh, Belur Mutt Ramakrishna Ashram Kolkata and Ganeshpuri Ashram near Mumbai. 9th, Buddha Circuit associated with life and teachings of Lord Buddha holds considerable promises and potential for attracting overseas tourists, especially from Far East. The circuit covers Piprava, Shravasti, Sarnath, Kushinagar in UP, Rajgarh, Nalanda and Gaya in Bihar. All these religious places increase tourist traffic to these places. To promote Buddha tourism in this country, Ministry launched website India the Land of Buddha.in. This website aims to promote and showcase the rich Buddhist heritage in India and highlight the major destinations visited by Buddha personally across the country, besides showcasing the Buddhist heritage left behind by his disciples, including the modern monasteries. 10th, the development of Krishna Circuit covering Mathura, Vrindavan, Barsana, Nandgaon and Govardhan can lead to increase in pilgrimage traffic. To increase tourist traffic, development and promotion of Ramayana Circuit covering Ayodhya and Chitrakoot, Mahabharat Circuit with Kurukshetra as a central point, and a Sufi Circuit with Ajmer as a central point. There is no doubt that development of these circuits will give a boost to pilgrim tourism. 11th, Indian Railway Catering Tourism Development Corporation has given much needed boost to the Buddhist circuit, providing a holistic product that addresses transport, sightseeing and accommodation requirements. Apart from this, airports have also been made operational in Bodh Gaya, thereby facilitating direct movements of tourists from Southeast Asian countries, which is a major part of the clientele. Apart from these, 7 new tourist circuits will be developed across the country to facilitate travel to and stay at religious places. Work has already begun to prepare detailed project reports for Sufi, Buddhist and Jain, Christian, Sikh, Hinduist and Sarv Dharma circuits. The Sufi circuit will include Delhi, Agra, Fatehpur Sikri, Bijapur, Shirdi, Aurangabad and the Awadh region, besides the Dargah in Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Haryana and Uttarakhand. The Christian circuit will have the churches of Goa, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. The Sarv Dharma circuit is to promote national integration, will be aligned along Tirupati, Chennai, Velankani, Nagaur, Vaishno Devi, Golden Temple, and the Scared Heart Church, Delhi. To attract visitors, the Ministry of Tourism has already identified 35 destinations for Phase 1 and will cover another 89 in Phase 2. Consultants engaged by the Ministry will help identify gaps in infrastructure and amenities, assess investment requirements and possible source of funds, and also evolve business models for investment and operations. To make India a popular religious tourism destination, Ministry of Tourism introduced Swadesh Darshan tourist circuits around specific themes scheme during the year 2014. Under this scheme, 15 circuits have been identified for development, namely North East Indian Circuit, Buddhist Circuit, Himalayan Circuit, Coastal Circuit, Krishna Circuit, Desert Circuit, Travel Circuit, Eco Circuit, Wildlife Circuit, Rural Circuit, Spiritual Circuit, Ramayana Circuit, Heritage Circuit, Tirthankar Circuit, and Sufi Circuit. To provide modern facilities at religious destination, Ministry of Tourism has launched the National Mission on Pilgrimage, Rejuvenation and Spiritual Augmentation Drive with the objective of holistic development of identified pilgrimage and heritage destinations. The scheme aimed at infrastructure development such as development and upgradation of destination entry points, that is passenger terminals of road, rail and water transport, basic convenience like tourism information centers with ATM, money exchange counters and improvement of road connectivity etc. So all these steps shows that prospects of religious tourism in India is good. In short, the importance of pilgrim tourism in terms of generating economic activities, creating avenues of employment and generally improving the quality of life of the people living in towns and cities where shrines are located cannot be ignored. So this was the lecture on religious tourism. In the end, there are some questions with 4 options. You have to read carefully these questions and choose the correct options. Question number 1. The hidden holy space called A. Discotheque, B. Tirth, C. Bar, D. Gym. Question 2. Who established 4 peats in the 4 corners of the country? A. Thomas Cook, B. Emperor Ashok, C. Chanakya, D. Adi Shankaracharya. Question 3. Vaishno Devi Shrine is located in which mountain? A. Trikuta, B. Nathula, C. Jojila, D. Rohtang Pass. Question 4. Vaishno Devi Shrine Board was established in the year A. 1996, B. 1986, C. 2000, D. in the year 2010. Question 5. Krishna Circuit is associated with Shravasti, B. Mount Abu, C. Kurukshetra, D. Mathura. Question number 6. Aurobindo Ashram is located at A. Rishikesh, B. Puri, C. Kanyakumari, D. Pondicherry. Question 7. Jama Masjid, the largest mosque of India, is situated in A. Hyderabad, B. Mumbai, C. Delhi, D. Lucknow. Question number 8. Badrinath is located on the banks of river A. Alaknanda, B. Ganga, C. Yamuna, D. Kaveri. Question number 9. Indian took Tirth Yatra in search of A. Money, B. Peace, C. Knowledge, D. Health. Question number 10. The Sarv Dharm Circuit, its main objective is to promote A. International tourism, B. National integration, C. Employment, D. Festival. So these were the questions related to religious tourism. Thank you.